Welcome to the Dice Tower, a series of videos about games and the people who played them. And now, here's your host, Joe Steadman.
Hey, this is Joe Steadman, and I want to talk about a game GMT has on sale right now for, I think, 38 bucks. It's Roads to Leningrad. It's a operational level game, World War II. It's got two different games in it, basically, the Battle of Solsky, and Asteria. I can't pronounce those Russian names. This is a fairly complex game compared to what I have normally talked about. It will take some time to learn, especially if you're not a regular war gamer. But if you're an experienced war gamer, this is actually a pretty easy to learn game with a pretty steady learning curve. The game includes two different games. I prefer the Solsky game inside of it. I think it's a little more balanced, a little more fun to play. It was made by Vance von Voorhees, 2004, and it's still in print. GMT still has copies, and like I said, it's on sale right now. The game pits Manstein versus Volostelov. I don't know. It basically is the 1941. The Germans are on their way to Leningrad, yet before they can get there, they meet the Soviets out here and fight these two battles. The game has a lot of interesting aspects to it. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about the game, other than to say just a few things. The game comes with your instructions, not too thick for a war game of this level. Lots of examples in there, lots of pictures, and everything is got examples of things in there. It's pretty good rule set. Comes with a play booklet which tells you about the 4 different scenarios that are in there. Then it's got a really nice example of play in there, showing you all the illustration of how to play. Comes with victory point schedules. This is a victory point game. It comes with your combat results table. There's really only 2 different options on your turn. There's assault moves and mobile combat moves. And it comes with different setup cards. There's 2 for the Soviets, they're double-sided. 2 for the Germans, they're double-sided. Comes with a really big, beautiful map, and it's double-sided. One side is one battle, one side is the other battle. And it comes with a whole bunch of counters. Here are some of the counters. You can see that I still need to clip my corners. I'm definitely a corner clipper. The counters are full color, double-sided, with what I prefer. It's actually has a silhouette, full color silhouettes of the tanks on it. It's got your leader counter with the pictures of the generals. There's actually airplanes in this, and it's got the evil black SS counters. The map itself is well laid out with supply points, and everything's easy to see. There's battle group areas because of the counter density. The counter density in this game is fairly small, but there will be spots where everything is piled up so that they give you battle group markers, which is kind of nice, and you can take those chits off the map and stick them in their battle group markers. What else? Your pieces are going to come out on schedules to fight each other. It's a activation game, meaning that you're going to put activation. You're going to have activation markers in a cup, and you're going to draw them out one at a time. This kind of adds to the fog of war. The only way that a piece will ever go twice in a row is if it was the last piece drawn and then the first piece drawn in the next turn. The game involves mostly battalions with some companies mixed in, and stacking is determined by stacking limits, and it's right on the counters themselves, which is kind of nice. The game is not too complicated if you've played war games before. As a matter of fact, after about 2 or 3 turns, I pretty much never had to look at the rules again. Me and the guy I was playing against, and I played at solitaire a few times. I played it at a game con, and I found it pretty easy to pick up. But I do play a lot of war games. If you're a new war gamer, this may be kind of complex. But if you do want to try it because you're interested in that Russian front World War II, especially that northern part in the early years, this is 1941, I think you can handle it. You just have to take your time, go through the rules, look at the examples of play. The combat's not very complex. Supply isn't too hard to handle in this game. Some rules have really difficult supply, but for the price right now, you can't beat it. I would definitely pick up a copy if you at all are interested in operational level games, and if you like the Russian theater, 1941. There's cyberboard game boxes for the game that you can use to play online, for play by email. And I think that Tony Curtis, he's the developer of the game, did a great job of developing this game. I just like the way it looks. I like the way it flows. It's very pretty. A good thing about this game is that it's got very little player downtime. With the activation markers going back and forth, there's not a lot of time to get bored. And you're always, there's some dice in the game, not that much, and you're going to spend much more time contemplating what you're going to do than rolling dice in this game for sure. With the chit activation, it makes it great for solitaire play as well. So that's my recommendation. I would definitely recommend this game, especially now that it's on sale, and you can get it still in shrink wrap.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.